Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday night. That means it is Beard Advice Live. Let me check, make sure we are live. We are live. We should be good. Messed that up last week.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yes.
We were clean last week. Dancy Bearded here. This is the mayor. Steve, how you doing?
Doing great, guys. Happy to be here. We were going to do just a little rehearsal from the new studio that I'm working on. We'll talk more about that later.
Yeah.
But we're good. We're in studio. We're rocking it and happy to be here.
Yes.
So one of the things we'd like to do, we'll tell you all about the show, but one of the things we like to do is get the chat warmed up a little bit. And I was taking my mayor bath tonight, and I thought, I think that I'm a little less likely I'm less likely to go out anymore. I since the pandemic, I kind of stay in more. So I'm curious, in the chat, can you tell me, are you less likely to leave, about the same as before, or do you find yourself going out more now because you just want to see people more?
Yeah, so just let us know where you're at. Are you the same as you always have been? You going out more frequently because you missed it? Or are you kind of like, you know what, I'm staying in? And welcome. This is Beard Advice Live, where we have any beards out there in the world that send in pictures to beardadvicelive@gmail.com. I will get that scrolling down below. It should be a pinned comment as well. And we, myself, the mayor, and the third man in the room, which is the chat, which includes fantastic men and women, we give advice on things like how to trim your beard, when you should trim your beard, how to style your beard, what maybe goals could be the best for you, and how to reach your goals. That's the primary focus of this show, and we have some fantastic ones to talk about today. But we do have a couple traditions. Mayor, what do we do also?
Well, aside from the beard advice, we have our amazing tradition of Mountain Dew. It's kind of like our weekly thing that we get to do. We try not to indulge in high fructose corn syrup too much, but we treat ourselves on Wednesday nights, right?
Yes.
So it's been a while since we were able to have a night like this. And what I mean by that is that I found some Code Red on the way here. I had regular Dew bought, but for some reason Code Red has kind of been tough to find.
In our area, it's been dang near impossible, and it's my number one pop of all time. So I've been searching, and the mayor snagged us some last minute, like Hail Mary. That is one of them. Then the other one is we like to eat beef jerky or dried meats of any variety, and we got two classics tonight. I had a long day, and the mayor was like, "What you feeling?" I requested some Duke's Hot Sticks, and then he came in with the Cajun as well. So, yes. And then I saw a bunch of you guys asking in the chat here, like Bill and Nick and everybody. Thank you guys. So quick rundown, and then I'll let you guys know how the day was. If you did not know, you haven't followed social media or this show recently, my wife had a surgery today that she's wanted for a very, very long time, and that is breast reduction surgery. And we got our day started nice and early. We got there between like 6:30 and 6:45, and got all prepped, got her back into the surgery, and it was a very long surgery. It was supposed to be between like 4 and 5 hours. It ended up being her under anesthesia for over 6 hours, which, if any of you know, being knocked out cold under anesthesia for 6 hours for anybody is not only dangerous, but it's just not a good thing for your body. And we thought we had an idea of this, but apparently Sam does not take well to anesthesia, which is decently common. And essentially, I get a call at 1 o'clock from the doctor, the surgeon, and he says, "Hey, everything went great. Oh man, I'm good. I'm relieved. I had to be at the building. I wasn't able to leave." And then he said, "You can come on back. Once they call you back, it should be about a half hour, and we'll get you guys out of here." So I'd planned on being home by 1:30. Fast forward to like 6 o'clock, we're still there. Her body was struggling to kind of get rid of the anesthesia all day. She would try to sit up and her blood pressure would drop, her heart rate would spike. She would feel like she was gonna faint and pass out. One time it did get pretty bad and she actually did. And then finally, kind of long story, try this, we try that, get this, get that. She ends up throwing up, and that kind of made all the difference, made her feel better. She's upstairs in bed. I have my phone. I've got Violet's little night camera surveillance thing right now. So if you guys see me dip out, I'm either helping Sam or I'm helping Violet. The boys should be good to fend for themselves in the wild. But I'll be helping one of the ladies in the house, and the mayor will just kind of be running the ship there. But she's doing well. I hope tomorrow she wakes up. She's feeling fantastic. It's not going to be fun. The recovery is going to be long. She can't pick up anything more than a pound for like 2 or 3 weeks. So my life's going to be kind of tedious, but I'm the man for the job. I was very happy for her to be able to do this. And yeah, I haven't been able to read any of the chat as you guys have been saying. So thank you. Long day, 13 hours at the surgery center, but happy to be home and genuinely happy to be here, you guys. Got to spend the wife time, got to get her settled down, got to put all the kids to bed. Now that all that's out of the way, there's no place I'd rather be than right here with this man and with you guys. So thank you guys for being a part of this. If you are excited for this show tonight, please hit a thumbs up. And if you are extra excited and you want everybody to know it, shout it from a rooftop and then also share it on social media if you don't mind. Woo.
So Beard Advice Live, I think you kind of touched on it. We're just giving advice tonight. We've got kind of a clean slate, a clean little, I think that looks good. I know you like your beard in my camera, and that's okay. That's
this
what
is
we
the mayor cam,
share, right? You can still see a little bit of that mask dent, but whatever. All right, so Beard Advice Live, great. We give comments, we give suggestions. Guys, send into our beardadvicelive@gmail.com email, and we just talk. We tell you if you're a short beard, a long beard. We usually kind of collaborate. I've learned a lot just from listening to Dan through these last couple of years. So we collaborate and give help, and the chat sometimes beats us to the punch on certain things, and that's okay too. Meanwhile, if you're in the chat, you're hanging out, you're talking, you're catching up, you're saying hi to your friends, and that's what it's all about, the community.
Absolutely. And seriously, shout out to all of you. We see you guys. I'm kind of catching up, looking through all the comments right now. But so anybody that reached out today, thank you so much, from Gabrielle to Casper shout out to Nathan from Live Bearded, one of the funniest men alive there. But everybody that's here, man, thank you guys for being here so much and reaching out. So yes, Holly, man, wow. Get some takeout for the fam. That is an absolute promise. We will probably be living off takeout for, I would imagine, about 2 weeks, because today was a beat, and then you really, and I always have, but you really get appreciation for what your loved one does when you have to do that. So I'm like, right now, I'm like, all I want is Beard Advice Live, then I want to sleep. Then it's like, oh, I got to get up in the morning, get the kids ready, take them to school, get lunches, cook, do all the stuff that Sam normally does, and that I wouldn't say I take for granted, but sometimes you just kind of get lost in the fold of things. So I will 100% take you up on that tomorrow. I have an idea of what I will be doing with that, aka Pete away. So Holly, thank you so much. That is a fact that is going to help. So thank you so much. And that's kind of the biggest thing too, is so many people were supportive. My sisters sent Sam flowers, which was just super nice for her to come back to. And just the little things. My parents were here, got the kids all settled for the day and everything, and not having to worry about those things was absolutely massive. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, don't get crazy. I don't need to get anybody doing anything they can't, but Nick, man, thank you. Wow. Dan and Sam out on dinner on me. Hey, thank you, Nick. Super, super kind. Thank you guys. It's amazing. And I will share this with Sam and tell her everything. Hopefully she stays asleep and is not hearing any of this on her phone or anything right now. We had to have her propped up in bed with like really, really big pillows because she can't lay flat for like 2 weeks. So that's going to be interesting. Luckily, I'm a hard sleeper. When I get sleep, I just sleep hard, so I don't need to I don't wave or flap around in bed, anything like that.
Toss and turn.
So we should be good. So Holly, Don, and Nick, thank you guys so much. Man, wow. Before we get into Beard Advice Live, that was a lot of me talking about my day, my life right now. Anything going on with you? Anything interesting?
Life is interesting. Having a middle school kid is interesting. He's a little injury prone. Had another one at school. Long story short, little head injury. Dad was teaching. I'm next door. Had to take him to the doctor to see if we need stitches with his old head during the middle of the school day, and having to leave that. It's not enough just to do the job, but that's just his MO. He's a sweetheart. He didn't do anything wrong, and which was really good. He made, it was just kind of a bad situation. And it always worries you as a parent. You don't need that on top of everything else. We had we had a band concert this week. We had Luke did a choir thing at the park outside. It was cool. It was fast. To me, I kind of liked it. Some of your more traditional holiday people might say it was, not so great because it was, you couldn't see things of that. But I like the speed. Just, it's crazy. Holidays are crazy, but we're enjoying it. And life is good.
Good. So to summarize that, you need this night as well.
Yeah.
This is our therapy. This is our counsel. So again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Holly, Don, Nick, everybody. Hey, I think we get this party started. While we get this show getting ready to go, you guys, let us know in the chat what's in beard today. What company, what scent do you have? And I have a couple more questions for you guys as we go along the way. Remind me if you get a good time to prompt me. Say, hey, Dan, you had a question for them. I got one. Has to do with the number 12. So if you can remember that. But what's in beard today? I went with one of our favorite companies, and that is Mr. Moose. I went with Calm. I showed Sam in the morning. I said, this is what our day is going to be. And I was calm. I mean, through the whole thing, I was pretty calm. I don't know if I can attribute that to the beard oil, but it didn't hurt it.
Yeah.
What else? What you got in beard?
Mythical Pecos Bill.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
you know that
okay,
one?
I do know that one. Yeah.
And I love it. I love that. That is one I haven't given enough time to yet. The whole Mythical. I have a few of them from there, and I need to kind of come back and check back in with that.
I was just gonna say, and part of this is on me, but I want to get the conversation on Mythical going more and more because their stuff is really, really good. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I've met the owner, fantastic guy, and he's done nothing but take constructive criticism and improve and grow. Because when I first started, I thought they're quality products, but I didn't like a single scent he had. And then slowly developed into scents that I liked and more people liked. So pretty cool. And dang, Cameron has the same as the mayor. That's cool,
funny.
Cameron. And Cameron, again, shout out for that jerky last week. Literally, some of the best jerky we have ever had. We were raving about it after the stream, after even that night. So, yes, thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. Okay.
From jerky guy to beard oil.
Right, right.
Is there a phrase? We should come up with a phrase for your whoever you have the same oil and it's like a oil,
right.
soul oil twin or something.
Yeah, we'll work on.
Yeah.
We'll play with soulmate, oil mate, something like that. Ethan, super cool. A lot of you should be getting your Juggernaut from Fable. And a lot of people that ordered the Juggernaut, which is the beard supplement powder or supplement drink, they didn't even know or forgot that it does come with an oil that comes with it. So it has a limited edition Juggernaut oil. And so I think a lot of people are posting today and had a pleasant surprise. Like, oh yeah, that was already a pretty good price and I got an oil with it. Super cool. Karen says, my wife says, please stop talking about jerky. I can't stop thinking about it though. That's the problem. Like, I hope you understand, we love dry jerky. That is our favorite. We love thin dry jerky. We love heat, a good amount of heat, a variable amount of heat, and we don't like things to be too messy.
You hit it.
You hit all the boxes there. And the heat for me was spot on, spot on. Some of them were pretty dang hot for the mayor, but I was pushing and feeling them. I love it. I could even do one a little bit more extreme.
So you were gonna tell us a little bit about something 12 days, 12 something.
Yes.
Just to throw it out there.
Yeah, we're gonna get the show here in just a second.
I know.
Hopefully you guys are watching 12 Days of Beardsmen. Throw a comment out there. Who's been your favorite person or maybe a fact that you learned on the history lessons out there? For whatever reason, today's video is not hitting at the same level the other ones are. I think there's probably just a lot going on with the channel and life. But guys, today's story is freaking crazy. I said it. It's freaking crazy. After the stream, if you have not, please tune in and check out this Franz Joseph I and his life and just how crazy it is. So really, please go in and see that. All right, a lot of guys like the Johnny
I was
Appleseed.
with that. That's the one I've seen so far.
Yeah.
I haven't caught up on the rest, but that was fascinating. You know, I never really thought about him being a person that would have a. You know, you said he was an unmarked grave, but he's buried somewhere. He you know, he was alive. He kind of really did some crazy things, and then there's a tree still that. I'm kind of spoiling the whole video though.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, there's a tree still that he believed to have been planted. That's pretty awesome, man.
Yep. Super cool. And like all of them. I really have a passion. That's what I love. Like the guy I talk about today had an extensive military history. And I could have gone into hours of like battle strategy and when they took this country and got rid of this country. But I don't love that stuff. Like that's not a huge passion of mine to say, oh, they acquired Hungary, Austria. They did this. Like, I don't love that. I love like, holy crap, this guy went across the country, worked with Native Americans, had this happen to him, did this. Like, I just love learning about people.
How they led other people.
Yeah.
How did they establish themselves as leaders of other people.
Massive.
You know, that's Crazy. That's power.
You tune back the last 10 years of schooling and we had to do a book report. I guarantee it was a biography that I did the book report on because I loved learning about people. And that was one of the biggest things, studying. How did they motivate? How did they, like General MacArthur? I wish he had facial hair because that dude is interesting. Quick little side history note. General MacArthur, we're in the middle of the Korean War. Essentially, we are battling North Korea, because they had a communist government. We didn't want it to spread. And so we get in there, we're fighting them. We're actually kicking their butt all the way up to China, like demolishing North Korea. General MacArthur's a little bit of a rebel, and China said, hey, you can handle all your business down there. Don't bring it here. If you step 1 foot on our line, we're gonna come and smack you. And he literally goes, oh, this line? And stepped a physical foot over the line. Well, China came back, smacked us all the way back to the bottom of the Korean peninsula. We lost all the land we gained. We fought back and ended the Korean conflict at the exact parallel the war started at. Yep, so it's now known as the Forgotten War because tons of lives were lost, crazy fighting, but absolutely nothing was accomplished because it started exactly where it was. And it's still split communist democracy to this day because MacArthur stepped his foot on.
So that I don't know if that's one of his best choices.
No, he's had a lot like that.
There's a lot of lives lost on that.
Yes. Brian, Johnny Appleseed is actually Mythical Beards, and that was a collab with me. So, yep, Mythical Beards. I haven't seen a single video yet. JC, you gotta get on it, man. Especially if you guys like history. You guys will really enjoy that. I've been to the DMZ. I bet you have, Ken, I'm guessing it was from your military days. I can imagine how interesting that is, and it's changed drastically in just the last year. That middle boundary, the demilitarized zone, is now full of landmines. Like, it's crazy. Don't get me started on history, guys. We're talking MacArthur. We're talking North Korea. This could get me going somewhere else. So yes, we got Popcorn Sutton was a bearded instrument. All right, Todd. I see you, Todd. All right.
So does there ever become a point when you hit a certain success level that you consider maybe you're a notable beard yourself?
No,
not for yourself?
No.
Because I feel like you're making history too with the channel and what you're doing here.
No, I've covered some like beard, like I did either last year or the year before. I did George Bruno, who was the Salt and the Silver.
I didn't.
Guy.
I just looked into him recently.
Yeah.
You had mentioned him before.
Yeah, essentially great tips, great advice. Shaved his beard, had some backlash from the community that did not appreciate him shaving his beard, which he's a grown man. He can do whatever the heck he wants. Well, that kind of left a bad taste in his mouth, and he essentially turned on the community, had some negative things to say, kind of went against a lot of the stuff he was talking about, and then changed his channel to like a self-help, self-care thing, and seems to be doing well, seems to enjoy it. I know at one point had talks of a TV deal and stuff, so yeah, I did the video on him, so I'm not against it. I have considered other ones like Eric Banholtz and stuff like that, but for me, I got to connect with him, but no, I couldn't cover myself. That would be crazy talk.
You know, and I'm really into the whole beyond the beard kind of idea.
Ooh.
You know, who does the beard make the man?
Ooh.
What all that. Someday I'd like to do something about. Oh, there it is.
All right, hit him, Mayor.
The
What
tie-in.
What is this?
So, starting on January 2nd, I'm gonna be just me. There's a lot. You know, there's a little bit of excitement with that. A lot of excitement. A little bit of nervousness of just kind of running the show and the speed and the energy. But Beyond Bearded starts. We're gonna have just a community evening on Sundays because we don't have a later show, so it'll be 9 o'clock on Sunday starting January 2nd. And the idea is Beyond Bearded. Anything that we would consider a guy that has a beard might be into grooming products as well. A guy that has a beard, what does that mean? Talking about the psychological, that's a long word, but what does it mean to have a beard? Because for me, my beard journey has been so transformative that I could talk about it for a really, really long time. And, you know, there are guys out there that have always had a beard, and there are guys that grew a beard after, retiring from military service, or if there's, a separation or a relationship that breaks up. You know, a beard is a statement. It is the ultimate face accessory. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about just taking care of yourself. I'm kind of, my big philosophy is also that dad, take care of, when you're a dad, you tend to be the guy taking the pictures. And like I did that for years. I was the guy taking the pictures because I didn't want to be in them. I didn't have the confidence. And by just doing one or two things, whether you have a beard or not, you can start to establish yourself, and showing that energy and interest in self-care can change your whole life.
Absolutely. And Josh, shout out to you, man. Thanks for coming in here. Thanks for the kind words. You always have great things to say about this stream, and it never gets old to hear it. So thank you, guys. We both just flat out, we love appreciation and feedback. So thank you, thank you, thank you. They love the artwork. And then if I can have one request from you guys, it would be this exact thing. Set a reminder on your calendar, whether it's a physical calendar that you write in, whether it's a calendar on your phone that you can set a reminder for, or whatever way you organize your dates and your times. Starting January 2nd, and I saw somebody said they completely blanked on the date. January 2nd, it's essentially the new year. Every Sunday of 2022, the mayor will be live on his own on the channel. And I love that Brian said this here. He said, Mayor, just being yourself on a live stream, and you'll do nothing but greatness.
Thank you.
And that's all it's about.
I appreciate that. It is. It is about, it's not about me trying to be Dan. There's definitely so many things I've learned beard knowledge wise, and also just how to keep the energy up, and kind of how to balance all of this. I'll probably make a few mistakes, and that's what it's all about. That's why it would be fun to be there the first day. It is a different kind of thing. The traditional thing with live streams is growing and growing, and being able to come out on this channel means I got to hit the ground running, and I can't wait. I think I'm ready. I think I think that I have something. The live stream will have something that people will enjoy, aside from just getting together, and probably on one of the most anxiety-ridden nights of the week, Sunday, going back into the work week.
Just calming it down, absolutely. And this is actually, and the mayor's developing this show himself. I'm always here for questions, but this is him. That would actually be kind of a cool segment beyond the beard, showing pictures of guys before they had a beard and then after they had a beard, kind of like we did for the veteran stream. That would be a kind of cool thing once in a while, and it would fit that show well. And Ken says, will you have guests, Mayor? So we did talk about this and kind of figuring out the direction of the show on the channel. And we know that there are tons of guys out there with beard live streams, with tons of guests, with interviews, and we feel they cover it very well. They interview other content creators, they interview owners, and we just don't feel like we have much to add to that and don't really want to dip our toes in that water. One thing we take great pride on this channel is being unique, and not just saying that, but actually being unique. Command's Corner was the first and last standing regularly scheduled live stream. Literally go back, and it's the first Beard Advice Live. There's nothing else out there like this. And then now Beyond Bearded is very different than our other two shows, and it's going to be very different than anything that's out there. So there's no plans to have any interviews just because it's being done so much.
Honestly, I think I have just different ideas of segments that we might not even do every show. Little games we can play with the chat, things we can discuss, and like the idea of the before and after could be one. I'm just gonna try things out for the first week and see what hits. What am I able to? Where does my energy go best? How does it work the best? And kind of, but I see it as being kind of a lot like Command's Corner, as far as you kind of come in, you have the routines, you respect, nicknames, all that stuff. And, as we learn and develop a format.
Yeah, absolutely. And Beauty in Islam, thank you so much. That's really cool to hear. Ken, congrats on tenure. I don't even think we have tenure in Michigan anymore.
Yeah, not really.
I mean, I don't even know what it would be. It's definitely not like a 10-year thing or anything like that.
No, I think our observation kind of got rid of that.
Hey, what's up, Tuck? So this is one of my buddies I actually graduated from high school with. Straight up baller, one of the best basketball players I ever played with. How can you figure out if you can actually grow a decent beard? Tuck, just give it a few weeks. I would say by a month, you're gonna have an idea if you can grow a really good beard, and then give it a little bit more time after that, because if you feel like it's not great, a little bit of time can make all that difference. So yeah, man, hit me up, Tuck, and send me a message, text or Facebook or whatever, and I'd be happy to get you going. I'll get you some products and anything you need, buddy. So yeah, thanks for coming in, man. That's super cool. If you got any of our other buddies from back in the day, invite them out. Have them check out the show. So awesome. Cool. All right, you ready, Mayor?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. This is Beard Advice Live, guys. Sorry for the long intro, but hey, it just felt right.
All right, this is Max L. Please help. I've been growing for 2 years now. Trim once a month, but can never get that thickness. Length doesn't seem to be a problem, but it's so thin and sad.
growing a beard for a year and now wanting to go for the big beard, maybe an inch or more than Dan's. Just want to see how big I can go. I could just use some tips on a wash schedule or how I could make it fuller.
Absolutely. Yeah, Tuck. And then real quick, BX any advice for stubborn ingrown hairs? Yeah, a couple things. I actually answered this question on my Instagram today. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, give me a follow there. I do, and it's still open-ended. You guys can ask me questions about beards, YouTube, life, and I will get back to those tonight or tomorrow morning. But advice for ingrown hairs, yes. Exfoliate, number one. Get a comb down to the skin to kind of ease and open up that skin. Get a good quality beard wash, number two. And then get a good penetrating beard oil, number three. You want a thin viscosity or even a bird oil, like bird, ostrich oil or emu oil is going to penetrate deeply and really help out with those. So that should solve it and get you going pretty quickly to solving that problem. What are the basic ingredients to make a beard butter? Shea butter, cocoa butter, and then your mix of carrier oils, essential oils, and fragrance oils from there.
And a splash of love.
Oh,
Sorry,
of course.
Don't forget the love.
Of course. Yes. Hey, Devin, thank you, man. Those are all great dudes there. All right, let's check what Max goes. He wants to go bigger than my beard. That is awesome. Max, man, coming in, looking great. Look at this profile shot.
Yep.
Dude, killing it. So was there... Okay.
It feels like it's thin.
What you talking about, man? That is not a thin beard. I don't see that at all. And I would, you guys know, we don't have a problem telling you, hey, I see what you're talking about. I acknowledge that.
From what I see, it's the color of the hair on your skin. You know, it just kind of makes you feel that way. What I would suggest, if you're feeling like it's thin, first of all, it isn't. So that's your own thing. But I think that your lighter shade of hair color, is probably what makes it, seem like you can more transparent. But there really isn't much to think about there. You've got good underbeard growth. I think you're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, and chat, please, if you guys have advice, if you have observations, or even just compliments, light that chat up. When people take the leap to go in and do this, right, they're putting themselves out there to hundreds and then eventually thousands of people. Let them know. Let them know what you think. It looks good. Maybe try this. What do you think about that? And so, Max, as you're growing up, maybe it's the color. I think the mayor's spot on with that one. And you said you were looking for advice possibly on a wash schedule. Max, it's going to come down almost entirely to your lifestyle. If you sweat, if you work out, you have a dirty job, anything like that, wash your beard every single one of those days. If you have a day where you're not sweaty, you're not dirty, try to do a rinse day. For me, I'm generally wash and condition one day, rinse the next, wash, maybe follow with condition the next day. And I'm washing my beard every other day, with the exception of I've been sleeping hard lately and my nose must be clogged or something because I've been drooling, just to be honest. And if I wake up with drool in my beard, I wash my beard. If you wake up with drool on your face, I hope you would wash your face. And someone in your life wakes up with drool in their head hair, I would hope they would wash their head hair. So yeah, man, figure out your lifestyle and then wash accordingly.
And it's just gonna thicken up more, and it, the longer you let it go, without trimming, the more it will actually darken itself. In the winter time, it'll get a little darker, at least up in the northern area where we are here in Michigan.
For sure, less sun. And I don't think he does trim the neck. I think he said he only trims his mustache when he does trim. But for sure, leave that underbeard alone, leave that neck alone. And Corey and everybody else is spot on. We're our own worst critics. You have a great beard, dude. Absolutely. Mary, you want to hit this question from Jacob?
How do we do entries? Have our beards reviewed on the live streams. Prior to the show, because we can't handle it right now, you would just send a couple pictures of front and profile, maybe something specific you're talking about, to beardadvicelive@gmail.com with just a few sentences about what you are asking us to tell you.
Yeah.
And usually I almost without fail, you're on the next show. We'll send you a quick little email so you're watching for it.
Awesome. Max, thanks for sending in, man.
All right, this is Nick R. I'm 23 years old. I've always rocked a goatee or some chin hair since freshman year because I never liked how a mustache looked on me. And my cheeks were not as dense as the rest of my beard. But I decided to grow a full beard finally. So I'm going from a goatee to a year, or if I can and don't reach terminal at 2-year beard. I don't know my genetics because I'm adopted, but I wanted to know what time mark should I get my first trim,
and some shape underneath. If you have any other advice, that's fine too. It's about 2 months of growth, and maybe 1 month or 1 month and a half. I have not done any trimming other than the cheek and the neckline. Love the channel and the positivity, by the way.
Awesome. Thank you, Nick. And that's a super unique angle. I don't know if I've ever thought about this or ever even like read it in an advice thing. He said, I don't know my genetics because I'm adopted. Super interesting, because oftentimes people will cite and say, my dad and my grandfather have great beards. My mom has a great mustache, so I know I have the genetics for it. And that was a joke. But they have genetics for it. That one's super interesting. You don't know where the genetics are coming from, so okay, interesting. Take care, Max. Thanks for coming in, man. All right, let's see what we got here. And he's just, okay, I don't know what it's at, and if you have any other advice, and he wants to know about when he should trim, right? Essentially, okay, let's take a look. Oh, and I love this, Nick. Yeah, thank you so much for including the before. So this is what he was rocking before. This reminds me of like a rock star. Like I could see like a lead singer of a band. I'm pretty sure there is. Somebody's gonna like baptize me in the chat and they're gonna say, that was a joke. Yes, it was. They're gonna say in the chat like, oh yeah, it looks like so-and-so, but it looks like a rock star, right?
Yeah.
Cool, tough. Not my favorite style, of course. This, you look like a different human. Yeah, you look like a different human in such a good way. Such a good way here. So he's growing out, right?
Yeah, and first I just want to give him a compliment on going from the goatee to the beard. That's a great transition. You know, you had to take some off a little bit.
Right.
But we usually will recommend that.
Always.
Because it just doesn't naturally balance out. The growth on the cheeks is, not fast enough to ever catch up or anything like that.
Right. And your color is so dark. Your beard is dense. The coverage is fantastic. You could rock this exact beard right now and just straight up be killing it. But I think he wants to grow longer, right? And is he essentially asking, when do you think it's going to be ready for a trim? We don't know, Nick. It's impossible to tell at this stage because we can't see what it's going to do. We can't see what transparency is going to come up.
It's going to be a while.
It's going to be several months.
Dense, thick hair, and it's curly. So you're gonna be a slow grower, but you're gonna get that thickness right when you jump in.
Yeah. So pretty much to summarize here is very simple. Looks good. Just let it grow.
I mean, that's great. Yeah.
As a wise man once said, I like it. Keep going. So yeah, man, looks absolutely fantastic. Nikki says she loves the beard. I agree. It seems like you. It just seems like what you would have. Absolutely fantastic beard. Keep going and keep including us on the journey, Brand. If it's like 2 months from now and you're like, I feel like it's ready for a trim, send in. Guys, if you can wait a week, which is never a bad idea. I've said it many times. You'll never regret waiting. If you can wait a week or a half week or however long it is until Wednesday, send into the show. In worst case scenario, you get a different perspective. You don't have to listen to us, but I think that perspective could really help as you go through.
I agree.
All right, cool. Thank you, Nick. Hey, Molly, welcome on in. Molly McKay's in here.
Molly. All right. This is Vince G. My goal is to grow my beard long and down for 4 years. I just got my hair cut. I'm out. I'm at 1 year going on 2 months while starting my 2-month grow. But I did a little trim on my beard on my sides. Not much off the beard. My question is, how long should I go without a trim or shaping the beard again?
Interesting. Okay. So 4 years. Is he talking about the beard there?
His goal is to grow long and down for 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But his question is, how long should I go without a trim or shaping the beard again? All right, so let's take a look at this, guys, and see where we're at here. All right, Vince, hey, great haircut. The side profile here reminds me of Mr. Votto in the chat with that nice little bald fade going into the classy haircut. And he's growing out and is essentially saying, how long until a trim? Whew, Vince, this is a tough one. I'll start by breaking it down here. Your profile is fantastic. That's the profile, right? The side shot? Yeah, your profile is fantastic over here. We look at the front beard, also wonderful. But you chose a gray shirt against a very dark black beard. That is great. That's going to show us everything that we need to know. You do have some transparencies forming around the outside. Now, if your goal was to rock the most professional, neatest beard possible, I would tell you to clean it up. Your goal is to go with a big beard, you're not anywhere near needing to trim up if your goal is to go for a big beard. If you're going big, it is not going to be immaculate and perfect along the way. For me, my beard taught me patience. I used to like my hair, my facial hair and everything to be exact. I balmed it up. I had everything like pinpointed. And then when I realized I couldn't do that when I was going long, it calmed me down. It taught me patience. It taught me commitment. And I think that's what you're going to have to do is just kind of latch on to a little bit of commitment and patience if you are going long, right? Vado's another perfect example. We've shown him before when he trimmed it up and had it all nice and neat. Kills it. Looks amazing. But your goal, and on this channel, our job is to help you get to your goals. Our job is to help you address the problems or issues you're having. Your goal is to go long. You're not there to a trim yet.
So Ellie's got it in the chat what I wanted to just talk about.
Perfect.
I don't know what your heat routine is, but one of the things that we can do to kind of get our mind off whether that front profile looks, you can see a little transparency, which, like Dan said, it has a lot to do with the color of the shirt and the darkness of that amazing beard. Is a heated brush. A heated brush, I'm not sure if you're using a heated brush or not, but it's something to consider in the meantime, because that's gonna kind of organize that hair and kind of keep it under control a little bit more as you continue to go bigger and bigger and bigger.
Awesome. And who brought it up?
Ellie, I think.
Ellie? Okay. I didn't see it. I missed it. I apologize, Ellie. I tried to highlight it, but yeah, great points. Great point out there. So if you have anything to add, Vince, or any questions at all, I wonder if you're related to Vinny G, who you see from time to time pop in here. What's up, Daniel Disney?
Vinny P.
Vinny G.
Vinny, he's Vinny. Oh, yeah, could be. All right.
So we got Vinny P, no relation. We got Vinny G, and we got Vince G. So Vinny G, remember, had like the huge weight loss journey in our Facebook group and stuff. So speaking of Facebook group, in the description of the video, we have a Facebook group called Command's Corner, the bearded community. And essentially, it's a group where everybody gets together. We post pictures of our beards. We post non-bearded pictures of our life and talk about our hobbies and our interests. We have group exclusive giveaways. We have like beard oil for a year from our bearded products for a year from beardsmen, giveaways like that. We have in there group exclusive discount codes. It's just a cool place. There are some rules. Make sure you read the rules to see if it fits your style beforehand. But give it a shot. Check it out. Hey, what's up, String Beard? Love the new avatar, man. I commented on that in the video, but looks great. Yeah, absolutely looks great. Yeah, I knew Molly would like that fade. Really well done on that side. That is crispy. Yep, absolutely crispy for sure. All right, let's go ahead and see. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so make sure you didn't have a fist. Oh yeah, okay, I'll hit this one. So this is Michael. So Michael was on the show last week, you guys. Sent in the pictures of his beard. Was looking for advice, and we gave the advice that we really thought was going to help his beard. Michael, if you're in the chat, drop a comment so we can highlight you here. Yeah. And yeah, absolutely has had his beard, and we essentially said, hey man, you got this great density, great thickness right here. Let's go ahead and give a little cleanup. He wanted to go the professional route, so he did. And then look at this before and after. This is what this show is all about. We drew that line. We gave our perspective. He executed the game plan perfectly. Dude.
You know, I wish there was a term for when something looks better after taking some off. I wish there was like a thing we could say about that.
Maybe I could make a video on it.
Yes.
Addition by subtraction. His beard got stronger, denser. It almost appears longer after the trim.
I agree.
Hey, Matt. Matt beat you to it because the chat's a little bit behind you. Commented it right there. Absolutely perfect. Really well done. And how do you join the Facebook group? Very simple. You click the description of this video, or if you just search Command's Corner on Facebook, you'll find it. And then once you click to join the group, there's going to be a couple of questions to answer, just pretty much like, how'd you find us? What is your goal with a beard? And then do you agree to the rules in the group? Please answer those. And then as soon as a moderator sees you have answered the questions, they hit that approve and you're in the group. So very simple. Anything to add on that, Mayor?
No. Just like you said earlier, it's 6,000 plus guys, but we have the way we conduct ourselves, I think, is very different than the rest of Facebook. Yeah. And I think even if you're anti that, maybe give us a try.
Right. And it's free, costs you nothing. It will never cost you anything. And if it's not for you, you can leave immediately. No hard feelings. We have people that follow this show, follow this channel, follow Instagram, but the Facebook group just wasn't for them for whatever reason. Literally no hard feelings. We understand, but it is an amazing outlet for many of us, myself and the mayor included.
All right, this is Craig O. My goal.
Craig Oldham?
That's what I think. Yeah, it's a teacher from our school. Not, I don't say an old teacher because whatever. My goal is to grow my beard long and down for 4 years. I just got a haircut. I am 1 year. What's this for 4 years? Oh, sorry. I'm like, is this the same guy? But it's not.
Wow.
I'm at 1 year going on 2 months while starting a 2-month grow, but I did a little trim on my sides. Not much off the beard. My question is, how long should I go without trimming or shaping again? I've been growing my beard for 10 months. Should I trim or go for the year? I've been busy today trying to get stuff done, including this email to you guys, so I'd rather than wait. I tried cramming it and it messed it up. Hopefully, it sorts out the gaps. Take care.
Okay, let's see what Craig's got here. All right. So Craig is just kind of looking for general advice. Hey, what do we got for Craig?
Is he ready for a transparency trim kind of thing? Those
Beautiful.
kind of things.
Beautiful. Chat, let him know. Throw the compliments out there. If you got them, of course, be genuine and go through SDZ. How you doing, man? It says I have not been subscribed for 1 minute, which is crazy. Had to copy and paste this. That's wild. Hopefully you're good now, SDZ. It wasn't anything on our end. I promise there. So hopefully you're good here. And nice. Welcome, man. Neighbor to the north. So Craig is, hey, what do we do? What do you think here? Craig, if this was me, I would do a little bit of a shaping transparency trim. Not because it's like an absolute necessity, not because it is 100% needed, but I would love to just take off a little bit of a line here, just kind of even that bad boy out, exactly like I do in my transparency trim videos. Craig, if you just look up Dancy Bearded Transparency Trim, you're gonna see exactly how I would do this. And that front is just gonna take off a little bit. It's hard to tell with the shadow in here, but I would bet that there's a little formation of a French fork starting right here. And so I would just take off a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch around the bottom. And all that's gonna do is give you that, see how the hairs are kind of going in different directions down here. They're fraying out, going all over the place. That transparency trim is just gonna give you a nice uniform little look there. And for me, personal preference, I prefer that, and I think it would look fantastic on you.
The only thing I would add to that is let's talk just a little bit about the mustache. One of the things that I did with No Trim November was get my mustache nice and long.
Yeah.
And I've kind of kept that. That's one of the things I've kind of kept in place with my routine. I was talking to some people about this the other day, and they do keep it short. You've got it trimmed really nicely. It looks really good. But I just want to plant that seed that you might want to think about trying to go for the longer. If it's an issue of it's too scratchy, it feels like, like in your mouth, well, you can trim those with scissors, but hitting it with conditioner and making sure we remember that. A lot of times we wash that beard, but we forget the mustache with all the products to soften it up. And when you soften it up, it's not so scratchy. It's a nice look, and maybe it's not for you, and that's totally understandable, but just wanted to plant that seed that I think that could be next level too.
Agreed. And the chat is pretty much split, Craig, on whether you should do the trim like we suggested or just let it ride. So you have really good options here. There's a lot of people that are saying, hey man, just let it go. Let it go. It looks fantastic. And then again, my advice would be just that little cleanup. So you can't go wrong. Let us know what you do, man. If you do decide to trim it up, maybe send in a little update, especially this side view. I think that's when it's gonna look the cleanest and look real, real nice. And your cheek line, I can tell that you're cleaning up your cheek line. I like where you established the line. I think that's a really good line. It's not too low, so well done there. Well done. All right, thanks, Craig.
All right, this is Amrit. This is my progress so far. I just want to know if I need to dial in anything to optimize the look of my beard. My goal is to add about 3 more inches to the beard.
Dang!
This is the look I want is full as much as genetics can allow, neat and tapered along the sideburns.
Really well written message here, Amrit. Love that. Got the beard. And here's Craig right here. Thanks, Craig. And he said, I got the beard. He wants to add 3 more inches. This is a substantial beard I'm about to show you, and he wants to add 3 more inches to it. That's impressive. And he says, as full as I can get it, right? Whatever genetics will allow. neat and tapered along the sideburn. So he wants that nice kind of crispy look with it here. So Amrit, to begin, Molly's going to comment, the chat's going to comment, that looks like $1,000 haircut. You look like you belong on the show Mad Men, and I always loved the show Mad Men because of their style and because of their haircuts. And your haircut,
not so much the beards.
No beards.
Not a one.
Not a soul patch in sight. No beards. But man, the haircut is just crispy. And so I know exactly what you mean in this area here. You like that fade. You like that crispy line. Keep rocking it, man. That looks really, really good. I got a double laugh out of Amrit. And so it looks really, really nice there. And he said he wants to add 3 inches to the beard with as much density and fullness as possible. 2 things that I'll say, Amrit. Number 1 is, here's Molly. I knew that. Man, I love Molly. She's so supportive. Because you know some people, when they know things, they can get a little bit uppity, be like, it's a good haircut, but I've seen better. You know, she's such a positive person and throws out those vibes. Molly, thank you for being you. That's
not afraid to put it out there.
Right.
Because why would you be?
Right. But people are.
Yeah.
You know?
They are.
So, Amrit, 2 things I'm going to say to you. Number 1, you want to add 3 inches to your beard? Just keep going, man. Just keep going. Those 3 inches right now. I can absolutely see what Ken is saying here. Is go for the 3. Just get a little evening trim along the bottom. I can see that, and I can't tell if it's uneven or if it's the shirt. So see how his neck is coming through down here, and it's not over there. So I can't tell if it's uneven or the shirt there, which is hard for me. Hey, Gary. Keep going would be my advice. No trim right now. The second thing I would say is let's start to get, and this is the first time I've said this today, so let's start to get a little bit of volume on the side down here. You don't need to do anything up here. I know you like that crispy, keep it.
And you can still get to the taper.
100%.
Where you start at.
100%. But let's start styling this beard away from the face a little bit, Amrit. So when you're using your heat, get that bad boy going away from your face, and all that's gonna do is just give you a little bit more balance down here, and I think that would be fantastic, especially with adding a couple more inches to it, crushing it, but just look to get a little bit more body and volume on the beard.
There isn't much I can add. This is an excellent, not just beard, but excellent look. Keep it up. Yeah, Dan's right on there. And I tried the old squint test, and I think with the shadows, like it's actually the squint machine keeps rejecting it because I can't see my line of demarcation this time. But if it is even a little bit of a transparency trim, it's very, very little.
Okay,
just a little bit, if anything.
Yeah. He said right side is a bit slow growth, so I think it results in uneven look. Hey, there you go, man. Great find, Ken. Thanks for the comment, dude. Absolutely, thank you. So Amrit, awesome, man. Thank you so much for sending in. Travis said, just want to let y'all know, since you guys are like my second family, I'm going to take the next step in life and ask my girlfriend of 9 years to marry me Christmas morning.
That's awesome.
Awesome, Travis. Congratulations. Hopefully, in advance. It's always like for me when it's like somebody's like, I'm going to propose. And like I knew obviously Sam was going to say yes, but I think are there relationships out there that propose and they don't know if the person's going to say yes? Does that exist nowadays?
Well, here's what I think. I think there are people out there that are not mature enough to recognize what a real relationship is, and then get shocked when they're down that road and the other person isn't.
Yeah.
And that's probably exactly what the problem is.
Hey, Josh, thank you, man. You didn't have to do that, but thank you so much, dude. And he says, this is for the mayor. Great input as always. Sorry, Dan.
Oh, jeez.
The mayor is killing. It's so cool to see the growth of the mayor's input and the thoughts and like, yeah, it's just cool. It's just super, super cool there. And now Michael says, I'm proposing my girlfriend on New Year's Eve. Okay, I see you guys. Nice.
Go.
Nice. Hey, Ellie. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and pop back to it. Thanks, Amrit.
All right, this is Dane S. Start by saying love y'all show and watch weekly. I have been on my beard journey for about 7 months, and I'm shooting it to grow another year or so. Problem I seem to have my beard that dips inward on my jaw, causing it to flare look. Mm-hmm. How can I avoid these if there is a way? I've attached some pics, and this is after heated brush straightening in the morning.
Drink! I think that's the first time you said heated brush today.
I know.
All right, Mayor. You want to take this one?
Sure.
This is more my range of size, but I feel like this is your wheelhouse.
All right, so your beard's a little longer than mine, but if you're doing the heated brush, you could always consider the blowout video. But what I've really been practicing my technique as far as getting that thickness, and you have that same situation going on. Your thickness in the beard. What I've been doing lately is using a good comb, like a Chicago comb, and I would just like you kind of right at the jawline, I start up and I get these guys, I hit them, so right here, like I go around one, then if it's really
super good.
Sure.
Layering is what we're calling this.
Attack it by layers, yes.
Exactly. All right, go ahead.
And then I apply the heat, sometimes to either bottom top or I do bottom mid top if I want to look real fancy. But I just bring that down. And the other thing I want to say about the jaw dip is, I have been like using a heated brush every day for the last 2.5, 3 years or whatever. And just so much recently, I have really gotten better effect because by just really being lightly and thinking of it more, going slowly, but think of it more as a hairbrush than as a thing that a tool you need to get the heat. Like I just tend to push. I push really hard, and then the jaw is gonna flare it out. But I I almost go the opposite of what my intuition is, and I lighten up as I get lower there. It gives it a better look. Third thing is if you're conditioning, do a little less conditioning, and you will see a better result from the heated brush when you're trying to get that out. And I have just recently, I was almost a condition every day. I'd take a day or two off a week, and I'm kind of like every other right now. I don't know if that's the weather, the humidity, or whatever, but I get a better response from my heated brush.
And that's something that I always wanted to walk the line of like suggesting to you when you would I'd condition every day. I really feel for everybody, I have a video on it, that conditioning more than 4 times a week is too much. It's just too much because of the buildup, and you don't really notice it until you step back and you're like, man, my beard is not styling as well as it used to. And it's just that buildup. So I agree, that could be a huge one. And you guys keep crushing it in the chat. So many fantastic ones. Donald says, comb down on the sides, not forward. So right here, you see this angle, your hair is going forward. Let's get that bad boy. Notice how your chin, straight down. Boom, perfect, Dane. But the sides are coming in towards the chin. Let's get those bad boys going down. And the mare is spot on. When you see this here, I see that hair is hanging over the top. What's happening is those underbeard hairs down here, they're jetting straight out. How do you get those to lay down when you have a thick, dense beard? Because a lot of guys just go on the outside, right? If they just go on the outside, you're never reaching that bottom layer. The mare's telling you, get it in layers. And what that's gonna do is make it lay down. That, I don't know if I would have thought about that, but he is 100% correct. And don't push in super hard with the heated brush, just enough pressure. Do not work the tool, let the tool do the work.
That's so big. Yeah, that's where that conditioner comes in. We just got to start. If you're not getting the results you're looking for, and you have in the past, you have to say, well, what else am I doing? What is literally on the hair that might have been different? And for me, it was that using a little bit less conditioner.
Yes, truly. Dane, I hope you heard all these. He's super active and supportive of this channel, and I think that can make. All of these are gonna make a massive difference on an already fantastic beard. I wanna see these updates in a couple of weeks. Give it a couple of weeks. It's gonna take some practice. It's gonna take some time to settle, but I think that could make the big difference here. How do you guys line up your cheek line perfectly? So I'll give you kind of 2-part answer here. One is genetics. You're gonna have to take what you're given, but if you are genetically follically gifted and it's going up high, a good rule of thumb is take where your sideburns meet your beard. You should see like a texture difference or feel a texture difference. If you can't, the opening of your ear, right where that starts at the top, and do a straight line to the corner of your mouth. So corner of your mouth, back to that straight line wherever your opening of your ear at the top is. I know it's try something. What's that little flap on your ear?
Ear flap.
It's it's something try, because I know it's the shape of a triangle and it's a Latin word for it. But straight at the top here, only because I used to, we'll leave that there. Girls, So right here, straight down to the corner of your mouth, that's usually gonna give you a really good one.
And what I do, my technique is just I use one of my favorite oils with a really good argan oil, and I get a disposable razor, because I'm gonna throw it out after I use it once, and I just use that oil on there. No like shaving cream, because it's just too poofy. You can't get in there. Just a little see-through oil kind of take care of it. And less is more. You can come back to it the next day if it's not good. And the reason I throw away the razors is because it's very easy to start getting like that cycle of like ingrown hairs or acne or whatever from the razor blade collecting bacteria.
Yep, absolutely. And Cody, it is scrolling at the bottom, beardadvicelive@gmail.com, and it should be pinned as the top comment on the chat. Todd, thank you for the help. Exactly right on. What up, Cypress? How you doing, buddy? If one doesn't clean the heated brush, does it affect the beard? Yeah, definitely. I have a couple videos on how to clean your heated brush. What happens is dead skin cells build up on that bad boy. You need to get in there with some isopropanol. Saying that right?
Isopropyl?
Isopropyl. I made up a different version of it. Isopropyl alcohol, and get in and clean it. Physically get rid of the gook. I like to use a toothbrush, a pick. I like to use, actually one of our moderators, Phil, I believe, came up with the idea of using a nylon paintbrush to get in there and apply the alcohol, and that does a really, really good job getting it in there. So,
and if you find your heated brush is getting dirty really quick, you know, you might be using butter before you're doing it. Butter makes it filthy very, very quickly compared to like just oil, then butter afterwards.
Absolutely. And Dane, thank you for sending in, man. And he says, new to the brush game. This is just going to be a matter of you kind of practicing playing with the techniques. Please try the layering method that the mayor said. Look at that far right picture and that spot underneath your beard to the neck. If you layer that and you address that spot by itself with heat, game changer. Game changer. So please, please, if you listen to anything we said there, listen to that one tip. And Tragus, that's what it is. Not try, but Trey. So yeah, thank you, Daniel. Michael, love this comment here, and I am going to elaborate a little bit farther. He said, I wanted to give a community a shout out. I used to think it's a bit quirky and silly, but these past few weeks I've started to understand fully how awesome it is to be a part of this family. Michael, I agree. I do believe that oftentimes people come into this channel specifically, and I don't know what it is, and maybe the mayor will be able to elaborate as being someone who saw from the outside and came in and kind of witnessed. But I think people think it's fake. I think people think it's a show, and they think, I don't know, there's something about me and something about the community and the interactions that at first there's many people that get turned off by it. They'll even throw shade at it. And then it settles, and they watch the consistency. They watch the streams. They watch me with my wife. They watch me with my best friend. They see my family in the chat. One of my best buddies from high school was in the chat, and they see that it is authentic. It's real. And then they kind of let their guard down, and they're like, you know what? This is absolutely fantastic. But for some reason, that is a natural instinct for people to put that barrier up and assume that it's fake, or I don't know. And I've seen that time and time again, and I've always understood. I've been patient, and usually it comes back around. Thoughts, perspective?
My guess is the overall accepted perception of a beard guy. It counteracts with taking care of it and getting products for it and grooming, and it's still like the major conception of a guy with a beard to the general public is that, you know, grizzled, let it go, you know, crazy kind of guy. So they don't buy it. They don't buy that it's almost like the opposite kind of angle of things until they get involved, until they start watching. And a lot never do. A lot of them don't pay attention, you know, Agreed. For one reason or another. But it's that stereotyping, if nothing else.
Agreed. Absolutely. Guys, going to get a beard trim. Any advice? Should I go product-free, oil, butter? Jay, here's my advice for you. Wear your beard in the state that you normally wear it, with the exception of any solid products. So for me, I would use oil in the morning, dry my beard with heat to style it, and then I'm gonna trim from that point. You want your beard dry, but you do want product, you do want styling. Just don't use a balm, butter, or wax. Hopefully that's pretty clear for you, because again, you're gonna trim it from this way. If I trimmed it from my natural state, it would never turn out like this, because this is the way I wear it. So yes. Big one there. And yep, thank you guys. Keep crushing in the chat. You guys are amazing. Ellie, even Ellie's got this, how you normally wear it. I absolutely love it. Does the mayor have a video on layering the heated brush?
I do not. I know. I've been thinking about it. This is a crazy time of year, but definitely that's like January 1. I'm like, and that's one of them.
Crazy time of year. Mayor, I'm doing
that's
12 days of beards.
No, for you. I'm not hitting you with it.
But I'm still doing my normal content.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that door is open, G-Funk, because of you. Welcome at any time, and it's a good opportunity to talk about the mayor's favorite heated brush, which is
the Aberlite Pro. And in fact, I don't know if I said this, but Aberlite actually has been so impressed with kind of this community that the code is now 15% off instead of 10. So it's Mayor 15 to get 15% off. And
they don't do that.
No, I think there's maybe one other affiliate they have that even does that in history. So
what is it again?
Mayor 15 at aberlite.com, link in the description, and they know that that it's coming for me. It helps me out a little bit and can save you if you're ever interested. And as far as the layering heated brush, I go a little slower into my videos for Dan now because I'm getting the technique. I'm still kind of developing it, but it makes such a difference that I just want to be able to have the words for it and describe it. And I think we're kind of there now. But goodness, you start doing that and you realize you don't need to push so hard in to get the hair because you're always like just trying to get the heat down into the thickness, especially right here and here is the toughest part for me. There are some things, so coming soon, I think.
BC says, "Don't tempt me on a cordless."
Ooh, I used mine today.
G-Funk, thank you. If you guys ever want specific videos from the mayor, please throw those out. I don't like to ask anybody for things, but he always has an open door. To be fully transparent, sometimes taking a video off my plate is a relief to me, especially when I know it adds value that I cannot bring myself. Something like that is a fantastic idea. So awesome. And Michael says, I used to think that, but it's definitely not fake. Absolutely. It's probably the most real show on YouTube. I don't think there's any way around that. I thought the opposite. The quirks and jokes made me feel, and that there are some people. That's why I said some people. I know some people come in, and usually it's like teachers and naturally positive people. They just feel it. They know it. But there are some people that, man, life has beat them down. It just goes through. I'm generally misunderstood, but Dan is the master of even making black sheep. Hey, man. That's the teaching experience. The mayor and I are probably the best in the business at relating to all students, no matter what. And trust me, we have our downfalls in many other areas of teaching, but one of them is I can connect with an emo punk rocker sitting next to an All-American basketball player, sitting next to a boy that loves fashion shows and literally competes in ballet on the weekend. I'll connect with all of them, and theirs the same way. So we love that.
Actually, that's again with the Beyond Bearded. Growing a beard kind of was the last piece where I could kind of just openly go and acknowledge the difference. Like especially with middle school kids, it's always they're dressed in a style. Acknowledge, compliment, and have an honest conversation. And when you go right into it, people they sense it. They know it's genuine. It's not like you're worried about it. You just kind of jump in and. Wow, I've seen such a difference since I've learned from doing this and how I connect with my students with that opener a lot of times, kids that I would never have otherwise.
Absolutely. Question for the group, guys and girls in the chat, please answer. How many guys or girls use oil in the morning and butter at night, or how many do oil, butter in the AM and night butter? I am oil in the morning, butter at night.
Yep, oil only in the morning, oil, heat, butter at night.
Cool. I think what truly sold me on your channel, Facebook or IG, is the realness of who you are, your family, and thank you. And trust me, I've caught heck for that. I have people that have tried to say that I show my family because I'm hiding stuff. I show my family because whatever other reason. Stop showing your family. I'm here for beards. I had somebody tell me that, and I always default back to doing what I think is the best. If I like it, I'm going to do it, and it seems to work out. And while you guys are answering that in the chat, OG and anybody that just came in, how's Sam doing? Super summary version, Sam had a surgery today. Went a little bit longer than expected, and then the recovery went a lot longer than expected, like 4 or 5 hours longer because her body did not take to the anesthesia well. As of right now, she was falling asleep, doing well. I've not received any communication from her. Violet is sleeping. I got the monitor down here. So all in all considered, we're home. That is a success in my book. We'll see what tomorrow brings, but I'm going to be there comforting her and taking care of the kids and getting it going. So thank you for asking. I would say above all, she's doing well. Nothing too scary or anything like that. Maybe anyone seen an increase using a derma roller and beard oil? Let us know if you guys have any experience. The mayor and myself, we've never used a derma roller. It's nothing that I would ever be comfortable trying personally. So yeah. Beard oil and butter. Wayne, it depends on the ingredients. It depends on how you store it, but a good general rule of thumb is 1 to 2 years on quality products. Yeah, 1 to 2 years. Mary got the Aberlite version with the grooves and the hooks on the side. And a lot of people like those.
Max, yep.
Hey, Nick, sorry, man. I'm getting through all those comments and didn't even see this one pop up. Dang, Mary, that's awesome. Here's some lunch money. Thank you, Nick.
Hey,
You're
you.
awesome, dude. Super kind of you. All right. Hey, friends. I hate to leave good company. Hey, man. All right, take care, Kevin. Absolutely, man. Get that work done. What's up, Whit? All right. The weird ones are my favorite. I take a lot of pride in connecting with the students that feel that they're not connected with. Side story, final thing, talk about us. We went to our local ice cream place called Ziggy's this summer, and I went to order, and Dad came up, had absolutely no concept of who he was or anything, and he said, I'm gonna buy your guys ice cream. I said, what? He said, you had our daughter, blank, insert name, this year, and it was the COVID year. This was this summer, so it was the previous year when everything was shut down for 3/4 of our school year. And he said, you were the highlight of her COVID pandemic. So she looked forward to your class every day, connected. And this was a girl that made every reference in the world to Harry Potter, and like definitely different and love other stuff. But that was really cool, and really cool for my wife to hear that too. What's up, broskies? What's up? What's that, broskets?
Broski, that's Broskies. I think it was.
No, the second one. Broskies and broskets?
Brosets.
Brosets?
Broskies and
Donnie, you can't use big words around us, man. I know that you are an intelligent son of a gun, but we cannot pronounce those things, okay? I've done 6-month beard, but soon I'll be starting my dirty 30 year journey. Nice. Any advice to make sure I go the distance? Man, what you got?
Just acknowledge the fact that there's going to be really awkward points where you do not feel strong about how your beard's looking, and you just got to kind of walk through them and figure out if it's something that really needs to be addressed, or if it's just a matter of gravity kind of getting and pulling it down. And what you can, practice your styling techniques to get the look you're going for all the way through.
Welcome, Jerry. And guys, I did have to jet down on the comments. If I missed something, it was not on purpose, I promise. Come back to another lull moment and then drop that comment or question, and we will try our best to be able to get to that one. And Nick, you're right, man. Some people just hate themselves. Absolutely true. Yep, absolutely true. All right. If you guys know any good Bay rum scents, help out Rich in the chat. I do not like Bay rum, so I'm not the best help. The only one, Rich, that I could recommend is Wildschwein. They're one of my affiliates. If you go to my community tab, I do have a discount code for them. They have a Bay rum that I know a lot of people like. I'm just not a fan of Bay rum.
I think Royal Beardsmen has a good one. I believe.
Yeah, they do have one. Crusaders Coast maybe is Bay rum, which would make sense. Which says, how long does it take to grow a beard to 6 to 7 inches? Generally speaking, that's going to be a 1/2 inch a month. That's going to be what we got there for 6 to 7 inches. You're going to talk about a year, maybe just a little bit over a year for most people. Okay. Cool. Shipwrecked by Fresh Beards. Cool. Yeah, keep them coming, guys, for those suggestions.
All right, this is Josh M. I am trying to get at least 6 inches and thicker. Any advice on grooming? Where should I trim sides and cheeks?
Okay. All right. Josh, what you think, man?
Okay, so red beard is amazing.
Especially the contrast of the head hair.
Yes. As far as trim, you know, this is another one where it does look the side that he's brushing forward a little bit much. So the brush down might give us a better feel for it. I think you're going to end up looking at 1/4 to 1/2 inch where you might even out based on what I see from the side specifically. I'd like to see maybe a slightly more of a fade into the head hair and a possible cleanup in the corner there.
Agreed. And I would also, here are my quick hitters, Josh. Very simple. Clean up down here. It looks like you may have in the past and maybe you let it go. I would continue to clean that up. I do think it's worth it with your style. Also, the cheek line, I'm going to go with this line right here. It's a little bit lower than I usually recommend, but I feel it, man. I feel that it's really good on you, and it gets rid of this little island that you have right here. And I agree with the mayor. Just a nice little 1/4 inch. It's just a light dusting of a trim to kind of even everything out up there. So I agree entirely.
You know, I've changed my game on that too. I'm no longer.
Oh, yeah, because the buzzers?
Buzzers give you a sharper line.
Yes.
Buzzers give you that look, that jut, that.
And people like to think that scissors are more forgiving than buzzers. No, when you do a scissor line, if you cut, that bad boy's cutting that whole line of your beard right there straight.
And it's actually bringing hair, you know, almost creating a little bit of an unevenness just by the way it works.
Agree. It's almost impossible to do a fine cut over here and do the same one over there. But when you have buzzers and you get to freehand it, it just works better.
It's the brio, and I just freehanded it.
Yeah.
And I got the look I was going for.
And there are situations for scissors. The mustache is
sure.
almost entirely scissors.
Especially
the sideburns.
when you go long and you're just looking to keep it up off the lip or out of the mouth. The scissors tuck them in there.
Easy, perfect. I agree. No, a lot of guys freak out with gray hairs. You think just for men is okay or potentially damaged. Occasionally, it's probably not going to do anything to you. Would I recommend it? Is it beneficial? No, I really do not believe it is. There are things in there that are designed for your scalp and the conditions of sebum on your head hair and the follicles being smaller and closer together. I do not recommend it. Do I think it'll kill your beard if you use it once or twice a month? No, not at all. But it's not something that I would recommend. If we want to go for a year, so what size should we begin with? Just start. And you can trim it down, you can shave, or you can just begin wherever you're at. There's no rules to starting a year. There's no playbook or anything like that. And I love this comment right here. Make sure you guys please tune into the 12 Days of Beardsmas tomorrow. This video is 100% recommended and inspired by Gabrielle. And Gabrielle says, this community is super inclusive. I feel validated when I ask beard advice. I can confirm for any bearded queer persons here. Feel free to ask advice. Dan and Steve are super nice. That's a fact. We genuinely welcome anybody. And I've had to kind of check myself when I say like bearded fellas, because we literally have bearded ladies that watch this channel. We literally have several different viewers that are female to male and are now growing hair. And it's just good perspective, but also know that everybody is welcome. We tolerate absolutely no ignorance, absolutely no disrespect here. We value everybody. And I don't even care if that comes at a cost. You know, if we lose people for standing up for what we think is right, bye. You know?
Yeah. We'd rather have everybody feel welcome than a few people leave because of everybody being welcome.
Well said. Well said. Absolutely. All right. A few more here. Thank you, Josh, for sending in, man. I hope that helps out. And as always, open invitation to, if you do those changes, send us some updates. Yeah.
This is Matt A. I wanted to provide an update from last week. I've been washing with a decent beard wash, and I have to say it certainly feels better, and the beard drift is starting to clear up.
Yeah.
I also did all my homework. But what do you guys suggest I start on next?
Absolutely. And thank you guys for the backup there, guys. Always appreciated it. And Josh says, and I wonder if this was Josh. Was it Josh E. from the last one? In honest opinion, is Honest Amish oil and Everyman Jack butter a good combo? No, unfortunately. Honest Amish oil, yes, fantastic. Everyman Jack butter, not good, garbage, throw it away. I don't even recommend a use for it. I really like Everyman Jack. I think their oil is a good entry level. Some of their beard washes are my favorites that I've ever, or not beard wash, some of their body wash is some of the favorites I ever had. I think I gave you some last year. Really good stuff, except for their beard butter. Their beard butter is the one product I would never recommend. And if you check my review from over a year ago, I did say that in that review. So yeah, that would be my advice there. Some of the ladies have the best advice. Facts. Big facts there. Hey, Ken, welcome in. Hey, Dan, have a super good day. Bought my first piece of equipment. Nice. Very cool, Daniel. Keep it up, man. That's awesome. Okay, good. Would love to see some before and after shots of female to male growth beard. That would be a cool video. If anybody's watching right now and you yourself have gone through that transformation, or you know somebody, have them get a hold of me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool as we go through. So just reach out. Yeah, absolutely. It would be something that I would love to hit. There was another mask mandate in effect in the state of California. Is there any advice on beard masks? Oh, I did see that earlier. I apologize, Jeff. I thought I highlighted it and we answered it, but literally in my head, I kicked it to the mayor, and I guess I did not. So, Matt, we're going to get to your update in a second here. It's a big one, too. I'm kind of building up. Matt's is, I'll break it down from last week to this week. But Mayor, advice on this for mask with a beard?
Well, you can go. Actually, you and I are two examples of the two only possible routes.
you've got the beard tarp set up that doesn't really have a close on the bottom.
Correct.
And I just kind of live with the beard dent. I use the almost paper cloth, paper ones. They're disposable. And I get that little every single day, and I use my heated brush, and I take it out. And yeah, I don't put as much time into styling my beard before work because I know I'm gonna just crush it because I have to wear that mask all day.
And we do, and for people to say, I just don't wear one, if we would like to keep our jobs and our career and our income and our insurance for our family, we have to. And so, I use one. If you want to message me, Jeff, I have a guy on Instagram who makes mine. I'd be happy to send him your way. Pete says, love the 12 days of Beardsmith, third year. Yeah, this is year 4, which is, think about it.
That's
Year
crazy.
4. Stupid. Ever thought about doing a Beards history section of videos? When I go full-time as a content creator, yes. With teaching and everything on top of that, that becomes a very, very difficult task to even think about because when you start talking history, there's a new level of scrutiny. Every person thinks they know history and they want to criticize your videos. So you got to super duper make sure your videos are cross the T's, dot the I's. If I become a full-time content creator, yes, that will happen. What up, G? I like the new name, man. Very cool. Very, very cool out there. All right, and let's see here. Trying Beard Octane. Oils, what is the best they have? Ginger Jamboree. Or the mayor always recommends Citrafella.
Yep.
So, yeah, both of those are really, really good out there. And, what is the beard mask? So message me, guys. The only way I have to get my beard mask is by messaging my guy on Instagram. So it's a big one. Donnie says, Fetty says, has some good masks that don't dent the beard. Man, appreciate the recommendation, Donnie. Thank you. Okay. Dan, I know you have an answer. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what, probably talking about that beard one. So, yes. Love from Bangladesh. Awesome. Shout out to the Bangladesh crowd out there. Okay, so Matt, guys, last week, if you remember, Matt sent in his beard, and it was big. He sent in pictures before heat and then after heat. The before heat was all over the place. After the heat was straightened, but still a little bit all over the place. We gave him some homework, and his homework was to wash the beard, start to do some different things with products, and like I said, they're a decent beard wash, and that was what it was. He was trying to clear up his beard drift. So we gave him that advice. We said, let's conquer that one first, and then let's come back to the styling. So we did that. Now we got to look at the styling here. Okay. And then the next one, Matt, is going to be about how to trim. But right now, we need to address the styling first, so you can style it and then come back to us for a trim video. So everybody in the chat, please be detailed. An answer like use heat is great, but it doesn't really help us in this situation. I'm gonna give you a challenge, Mayor. I would love for you to start this one off on what you think your advice is for Matt on styling now that he's got his beard drift under control and is getting that bad boy going.
So, is his goal to get as big as possible, or do we know a goal with ours? You're looking to maintain.
I think he just wants the best.
It from this right here.
I think he just wants the best beard possible right now.
So, in my opinion, I think that at this length, you would benefit from a little bit of like a fade of kind of maybe using a brio with a guard, just on the sides a little bit. But it's really all about going to be how you're applying like a heat, whether you want to use. You're a great length for a heated brush. I would recommend that over a blow dryer, which is just typically a little bit longer beard. Just like I was talking about earlier.
And he does have a heated brush.
Heat in layers. So use a brush or just use a comb. Kind of use your chin and your hand as kind of I just cope it up. Apply that heat down. And then when you're doing this, because this is pretty thick, I think, you're going to maybe do 1 or 2, and then finally the top coat of the heat, without pressing down a lot. Like kind of a broken record from what I said earlier. Less is more as far as how you're pushing down, rather than trying to get heat to those those crazy guys underneath. By pushing hard, do it in layers, and you'll end up with a better product. Mustache is amazing. Continue to style it to the sides. Keep that featured. I think that's going to be a feature down the road too for your beard.
For sure. And Matt is Game Therapy, if anybody's wondering out there for the comments. John, no plans for a flex stream right now. Again, those gates really get open and flooded if this becomes full time. So keep that in mind. Hey, Mike, shout out to you, man. And great comments in the chat, guys. We got people talking about the heated brush. We got people talking about a blow dryer. I'm actually going to go big on this one. Matt, hear me out. Take a chance on this. I feel 100% confident that this is the move for you. Trim your beard down to a business beard. Allow it to grow from there. I agree. I would like to see you trim it down with a guard to a short beard at this point. For this purpose, Matt, for this purpose alone, I want you to learn your beard. I want you to learn how to style your beard as it's growing out. I want you to learn how to really get down. You just addressed the beard drift, right? That's step one of learning it. Now learn what oils you like. Learn how it takes heat. Learn how it styles the growth patterns. I want you to go down because I think a business beard is going to look great on you. I agree with the mayor 100%. We've got a little bit too much growth out here, especially with the sides of your head looking shaven or really, really faded. I would love for you to get a big guard. Get the wall clippers from Target for like $25 or a Brio, but I like the wall ones because the clippers get a little bit bigger. And go business beard. What that's going to do is give you a uniform beard. It's all going to be the same, all be the same size, same shape, and then it's going to allow you to grow it back in and really just kind of learn the whole process while looking very presentable, really fantastic. I think that is going to be the move to go with. It is 100% business beard. Start from a solid base, exactly, and have fun with it. Michael's spot on. Have fun learning your favorite oils, get that routine down, and I think it's going to be really good. Do you trim the neck or do you leave it alone? So what you're going to do, John, that's a great question, by the way. You're going to get those buzzers, get that trimmer, and then take it all down to the level you feel comfortable with, and then assess your comfort level with the neck. In the best of all worlds, you leave it alone. But if it's driving you crazy, give it a line that kind of features the crease of your beard. I'm going to feature the mayor here looking up. If you see the mayor's neckline right there, that's right where his neck creases. So if you go down to a business beard where I was saying, I think that's about exactly, and then bring your head down just a little bit, Mayor, and notice as he brings it down right there, his beard is covering up his neck. When your head is straight, if your beard covers your neck, you're good. So I know that was a lot, and you have tons of options. You got obviously great genetics, man. You have a fantastic coverage, full beard, but I would love for you to be able to learn and have some patience. Hey, Nick, welcome, buddy. And be able to go through and see what you have there. Okay, let's see what he said. Copy, I leave my neckline alone. Do you have a suggestion on guard length? As big as you can get, Matt.
Right.
The biggest guard you can find. I do have a set of wall clippers for my head hair. By the way, my haircut is looking fantastic. Look at that. I love that separation right there. And that's all me, by the way. Sam helps out with the top and stuff, but this is all me. I have a 10 and an 11 guard. I had to order them off Amazon for my wall clippers, for my head hair. I would love for you to do something like that. I think that would do great.
And the Brio guards are in millimeters, so it'd be like an 18. I think is the biggest that comes with the Brio.
Yeah, that's pretty short.
Yep.
That's pretty short, which you could. I mean, if you want to go to that, dude, do it.
I think go as big as you can, and then you can always bring it down further if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. How would I wash my beard brush? Jeffrey, look up wash beard brush on YouTube. I promise my video will pop up first, and it's going to take you step by step on washing it. Understand if it is a boar's bristle brush, it's going to smell a little bit afterwards. That just means it's real. That will go away. It will fade, especially as you use oils and butters and balms in there. Next, shouldn't be seen below the bulk of your beard straight on. That's a good rule of thumb if that's where your comfort level is at. If you are going big, your goal is to have the biggest, fullest beard possible, and it does not bother you personally to have that bulk shown underneath, go for it. It's going to be temporary. It's going to give you the best beard possible. But if it was me, I'm the same as Leo there. I'm going to trim it up along the way. Do you fellas know if red beard is Viking heritage? So I'm actually working on a genetics beard video that's inspired by red beards, but no, there's likely no ties to red beards in saying that you are a Viking or not. Great question. We're trimming down to a business beard. Leave the mustache. I'll kick it to the mayor after mine and give your honest answer here. I would trim the mustache down to be proportionate or even to the rest of the beard.
I think given the situation, I agree with that. I would just kind of use that guard, especially as it kind of swoops down, because you could try a beard stash if you wanted to. You might maybe do the beard first, see how you like the look of it.
True.
But with the plan that you probably would even it out.
True. Matthew, please, I would love for this show to kind of be, I don't want to say mentor, but a guide on your journey and follow the growth back. We could almost make a Matt A Gamer Therapy. Was that Gamer Therapy? I think it was Gamer Therapy. Yeah. Make a Gamer Therapy like edition of Beard Advice Live. Hey guys, he's on week this. This is what you should do. This is where you should trim. Matt, you could add some super valuable content to us, and I think we could add some valuable insight to your journey. That would be cool, man, especially with such a great base in genetics there. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Thanks, Matt.
This is Joseph S. Here's some pictures I took this morning after my routine. I'm feeling like the supporting hairs for this length are just not there. I get self-conscious about it. I don't touch my neck line at all. I don't really touch much at all in terms of trimming. I had a small maintenance trim last month. Do I need another?
Awesome. And Matt says, I would love that. Really appreciate all the advice. Man, we would love that. Thank you sincerely. Yeah, thank you. That would be really, really cool. All right, let's see what Joseph has to say. I had a small maintenance trim. Do I need another? Is it time for a maintenance trim for this beard here? And Joseph, thank you for sending in, man. Tough one here.
Yeah.
Tough one, Joey, because I see both sides of this answer. I see both sides of this this playing card, this deck of cards. I was reaching, but chat, what do you guys think? Is it time for a transparency trim? Is it
what was his goal? Did he have a year goal or anything like that?
And this is Michael's buddy from high school. Awesome, Michael. Thanks for sending him here if you did. I feel like supporting. No goals here. So Joey, if you're in the chat, if you have a goal, let us know. Man. Yeah, I don't know. This one I'm struggling with right now, guys. I need your help. I need the mayor's help. I don't know. I'm on the spot.
I'm just going to say, I think clean it up. I think bring it back up. I think you trim into like kind of very similar to my style, and you kind of let that underbeard catch up and kind of keep it at the short business beard length. Don't touch the underbeard, because you're right. What you're saying is correct. You don't have the supporting actors guys right now. So my instinct, and I thought about this one for a while, is to go ahead and kind of do the squint test a little bit and trim back into that where you're strong and let the bottom fill out.
Awesome. And Joey's a fantastic member of our Facebook group and just a great dude. He says, goal is to grow out as much as I can and still look professional. So he wants it to look, he's saying, I want the best beard I can. I want the best beard to go with my genetics. Mayor's saying, hey, trim it back to the mayor's business bank. Heaven said, and Heaven's on the last one said trim to a business beard. On this one, he said, I would let it sit for a little while. Josh says business beard. And somebody asked, what is a transparency trim? A transparency trim is where you're trimming away the parts of your beard that you can see through more so than the others. Transparency trim and a faded haircut. Okay. A faded haircut would be on point, Jake. And Jake, shout out to you. I think he's watching from Australia. Dana Mayer, maybe a Van Dyke style. I could see that. I'm not feeling it though.
Only if he was really into it.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
I mean, it would look good, but I don't think that's his option, like his only option.
Agreed. It felt like we went through a string of Van Dykes.
Like
still trying to
fall.
Still trying to dial in the style, getting used to heat. Started using heat a month ago. That could be part of it. And learning it, going with it. Agreed with the fade haircut. That's the only thing I'm sure on, is I think a faded haircut. Joy, so what we mean by that is get this part of your hair shorter than this part of your hair. And I would wrap it around the back too. Kind of like, I don't want to say kind of like mine, but kind of like mine. Love from Pennsylvania. Okay. Yeah, hair's getting long, but okay, I hear you. I think a haircut would make it clean, sort of beard. Where's Molly? I know. All right. Yeah, in car from Australia. Cool. Don't text while drive. Unless you're really good at it, and then go ahead in Australia. I feel like they're rebels there.
Plus, he's upside down right now, so it's really hard to drive in Australia. Other side of the world, joke. They're not really upside down.
All right. High and tight haircut. Yeah, so everybody agrees on the haircut. The beard is where it's split, man. This is going to be my answer. I agree with G-Funk. For me, final answer, I believe that you are still experimenting with the heat, still trying to get the most out of your beard. You will never regret waiting. Your beard does not look bad. Could I see it rocking a fantastic business beard? Yes. Do I see a little transparency? Yes. But do I think you could address it with styling? It's possible. It's possible. Yeah. This is a tough one, man. Tough one, but
Good quiet. Like, this is
great.
Yeah.
This is why this show is
Hopefully
here.
we give you something to think about.
That's why the chat is here. And all we ever want to do is give you something to think about. There's only been a couple people where I told you had to do this. Otherwise, I was coming for you. Just kidding. I didn't do that.
Send a drone.
You say he's a professional. Okay. All right. Joey, keep us posted, man. Let us know what you do. That's a good one. That is a good one. Yep. Good submission there.
All right, this is Nate G. Nate had a very interesting background story. Kind of got into products with Weatherbeard. Met them at a show near him.
Yeah.
And he had it spaced out, so nice. But I just kind of got to the advice for Nate.
Shout out to Corey.
What he was looking for. I'm looking for some general direction, and my goals are as follows: to increase thickness of my beard or appearance of thickness, to increase the fullness, width of my beard. I feel like it's got the length, but I'd like it to get a bit wider, to help fix the waves under my jawline and the sideburn curls. Just added heat plus a round brush routine about 2 days ago, so it's still getting the hang of the motions. If you had my beard, what would you do right now to improve it?
Okay. All right. And great question. I've not brought this up yet. Alan, every single year, I've done a huge New Year's Eve live stream. I've had Joe from Beard Octane in studio for the live stream. I had the former owner of Husky Beard, Ray, in studio for the live stream. And this year, I'm just going to drop the news right now. Live stream on this channel, 9 p.m. Eastern, featuring Beard Octane. 3 out of the 4 last New Year's Eves, Beard Octane, they are back. Let's go. So yes, New Year's Eve, bring in the new year with this channel here. Mayor, after family functions, anything, you got an open invite to remote in, come in. So New Year's Eve, you guys, mark it down. We will be here. Okay. Let's see what Nate Dogg has on this one.
I think I remoted in just briefly last
You
year.
did, that's right. You did remote in. Yeah. So we'll have a party, guys. If you guys remember, shout out to the content creators out there. Every year on New Year's Eve, I end it by bringing in, I think last year I brought in like 12 different content creators. So it's a shout out to the content creators out there. All right, is this Nate right here? Okay, you got the questions?
Yes.
Okay. Woo!
Right.
Nate, goodness. All right, now let me step aside, Mayor.
Yeah.
No,
It's your world. You
No.
got the big key. You
Yeah.
take it off and you unlock
Hey.
the fence. We'll walk in together.
Hey, today I was John Stockton. I was kicking you on some ones that you never usually step up to the plate for. So
am I the mailman then? Carl Malone?
Oh, all
if you're
day.
Stockton?
All
I'll take
day.
it.
Yeah. Okay. To increase the thickness or appearance of my beard, no. You're good. Nate, nothing that you need to do there that's going to increase the Karen says this isn't a flex stream. No. To increase the fullness or width of my beard. No. Had to fix the waves under. Okay. If you had my beard, what would you do? All right, Nate, please refer to number 4. Please refer to number 4 here, okay? Here is what I would do. Please center yourself, chat, calm yourself. Please do not get angry here. I would like a transparency trim to make your beard look fuller, to make your beard look bigger. Addition by subtraction, I would like 2 inches off your beard, Nate. I know that's a lot. I know that's hard to hear. I know that's 4 months of growth for most people. I would like 2 inches off your beard right here. And then, Nate, and then from there, you're going to go with, where did it go? Okay. Where is it at? I saw it over here somewhere. The blowout beard. So Nate, you're going to look up, you're going to do that trim, 2 inches. Trust me on this one. 2 inches. And a beard that's similar length of mine, but just a little bit narrower than mine. This is going to help you start to get it going. 2 inches off. And then look up my video on blowout beard. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to get heat underneath your beard with a blow dryer. And you're going to, let me show you on this one. Heat underneath your beard with a blow dryer, and you're gonna get your beard going away from your face. If you notice my beard, it's harder to see right now with the light, but it goes out, right? I have this nice like kind of like shape and size to it on the side. What that's gonna do, that trim is gonna give you a little bit more fullness, a little bit more body, and then the style of the direction of your heat is gonna make all the difference. That would be 100% my advice there. 2 inches, and then get that side going out there. Yes, please find the nipple line and then trim from there exactly. That will make everything right in the world. Daniel M., I hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for always including us on your journey. He said he agrees. Yeah, and it's great. If you didn't do anything, you've got a legendary beard. Absolutely legendary beard. All right, here's Nate Dogg right here. All right, hey guys, just tuned in. Okay, Nate, you'll have to go back and check, but here's my summary on these ones. Question 1, irrelevant. Question 2, irrelevant. Question 3, irrelevant. I'm just messing with it. Just being a little facetious. How many dollar word is that?
$4.
$4? Cool. Nate, what I would like you to do is 2 inches off your beard, approximately at the nipple length. ABB, thank you for that suggestion. Right there. And then you're going to do a blowout beard, getting a blow dryer below your beard, and then get the heat going away. Up, and then comb away from your face. Game changer. Already working with a beautiful canvas, but I think that's going to change the game for you.
These are tweaks.
Yep.
Your game is tight.
Yep. Your game is tight. Thank you for sending in, Nate. Shout out to Corey. Tell him thank you for, I would assume he introduced you to this community. That is awesome.
This is Matt F. In August, I was 6 months into my beard when I decided to shave it down with the longest setting of my brio and start over because I couldn't, I continued to clean up my neckline instead of leaving it. With that said, I am now 5 months into my beard and haven't trimmed my underbeard at all since, and it's looking much fuller and less transparent. My question is whether or not I should clean up the sides. Also, any other advice you have?
Okay, straight to the point. Shout out to Nikki, by the way, his better half. Should I clean up the sides and any other advice you got? And I always think Matt looks like a model superstar. Dude is just killing it here. So, Bear, take it away. I do have my strong thoughts on this one too, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I from the front don't touch a thing. From the side, I do see that there might be just a little bit of an opportunity to clean up on the underneath the ear. I think you could probably dial in a line. I think you know that. Like the way you took that picture.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. If you're thinking, let's get a cleaner straight line there, take that little corner out.
Pretty simple, Matt. And like the mayor said, you knew this. You held your beard the right way. When you trim it, Matt, hold your beard just like this, or have Nikki hold your beard. And it's just this little cleanup area right here. That's it. Leave all this alone. If you're growing bigger, that's going to play an important role. That's the connectors, I like to call them. But it's this spot right here. Easy, clean. And that's something I do on like a weekly basis. I do the same exact thing. I pull my beard, get the brio, and go through.
Is that where you do the zero gap?
I do the zero gap there, yes. And it is, as always, transparent and honest. It does hurt. Sam was getting my neck the other day, and I told her it hurt. She made fun of me and called me a sissy, but I didn't appreciate that. But it does hurt. It'll feel okay when I'm doing it, but then later I'm like, oh man, but no pain, no gain. So yes, I can 100% hold the beard. There you go. There you go, Nikki. Awesome. And Matt says, thanks. That's what I was thinking. We know you were.
Yeah.
We know you were, Matt. You got this, man. Looks awesome. Awesome. All right.
All right, this is Wayne O.
I think the last one.
I'm looking for more tips on how I can improve the growth in my beard. My beard feels like it stopped growing a year ago. I've been using Honest Amish beard oil, butter, and balm. Let me know what you think I should do and appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Okay. Can we just take a second? Can we just agree? Code Red is the best pop. It is the best. Like, it's a perfect pop.
Yep. It's really good.
It really is the best. OG is fantastic. But Code Red, there's just something about it that just hits right.
More people should give it a look. Like, it could, if I was stacking shelves, I'd put half as much OG and I'd way do more of the Code Red for sure.
And I feel like everybody likes cherry flavor. That's why there's cherry Coke, cherry Pepsi.
Popular, yep.
Yeah, so
it
Code Red,
well.
Yeah, it's just the best. It's just the best, guys. Okay, let's see what Wayne's got going on here. Above all, this question is going to be on the improve the growth of my beard. I feel like it stopped growing a year ago. Okay, Honest Amish, you're doing fine, man. No need to change or look that up. No love for diet pop. No, I'm not.
I mean, I do that's what I have during the regular week.
Yeah.
If I have a pop.
See, I like if I'm going to treat myself, I'm going to treat myself. I don't believe there's like 0 calories, 0 sugar. I believe your body's going to like use it in a different way and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not a scientist or anything, but that's just where my mindset goes. All right, Wayne. Thanks for sending it in, and Wayne sent this picture out. Look at that hair too, man. Look at that hair. He's got the bird and everything. Beard is awesome. There is no advice needed here for the beard.
The bird is awesome also.
Just don't use bird oil while you have that bird on your shoulder.
Right. Is it my cousin?
So I just wanted to address the question that you had, Wayne. He said, I feel like my beard stopped growing a year ago. Wayne, there's a couple of things here. Most likely it has not. Most likely your perception of it just has changed, but it is possible. If your beard is at this length and has been if this is more than a year, it is possible that it did stop growing. I will say the chances of you with that head hair and your beard of hitting terminal length, which is the term for when your hairs don't grow any past a certain point, is almost 0%. There is no chance that your beard naturally stops growing there. Wayne, it is probably a moment in your timeline of life where something's going on to slow that growth and it will kick back up. Men go through periods of low testosterone that slow their growth. Men go through periods of stress that stop their growth. Maybe you're not eating the best or drinking the most water. I know nothing about you, have no idea of your physical stature, so this is just general statements out there. I'm betting there is a variable that is explaining your slowing growth. You need to find that variable, adjust it, and then you'll get that boost from growth again.
And just take a look at a picture from a year ago, because sometimes our perception is not that, maybe it's super thicker than way thicker than it was, but it's not as much longer. Or maybe it is a little longer, we just forgot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know. I think our own head games cause half the problems.
Agreed.
Almost half.
Absolutely. Yeah, measure it, take pictures along the way. But again, it is possible that it stopped currently, but it doesn't mean that's where it's going to be forever. Just live your life, be as healthy as you can, address those habits, and it'll pick back up. Regardless, you have a great beard. Great beard, man. I would not worry about getting longer or anything like that. Just enjoy what you have right now. So cool, man. Thank you for sending in. Love the bird. What's the bird's name if you're in the chat? Let us know. Thank you. Hey, that was a show.
It was a good show.
That was a great show, you guys. Any thoughts by you guys? Great show. I want to say thank you for being here. The mayor texted me earlier today, was like, yeah, that's a day for you, isn't it? And he was like, maybe the stream is just what you need. And people that don't know me would probably say, dude, you should cancel the stream tonight. But people that know me would be like, you need this. You need this stream. And I did. So sincerely, thank you guys. Challenging day. Tomorrow's going to be easier. Friday's going to be even better. And it's just going to keep getting easier from there. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. I would love for you guys to tune into the 12 Days of Beardsmen videos. I'm not on here, so I get on my soapbox or my pedestal to talk about like hard work and how much. I just think that you would enjoy it. That's sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I think that those quick hitter little history lessons anybody's gonna enjoy because it's something that I'm super passionate about, and I'm only picking out interesting things. I promise you there's nothing boring, there's no filler in there. It's just quick hitter banger facts. So that would be my invite to you. Just check out one. If it's not your style, I completely understand. But I think you would enjoy it.
I almost learned something that I plug in a conversation within the week every time.
It is cool.
I love it.
Awesome. Mayor, final words, final thoughts?
We'll be right before the holiday next week. It's going to be fun. Whether you are like us and maybe you have the week off or you're just a regular work week day for you, join us next Wednesday.
What is the date of that?
Well, next Wednesday I was talking about this show. But
yeah. Of this show.
I don't know. 22nd? Is it?
Okay, I just didn't know how it lined up with Christmas and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's 20.
Perfect.
22th. I think Saturday is the Christmas.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know if it could be any better.
No, it couldn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then on January 2nd, put it on your calendar. Me, Roland, Beyond. We're gonna go Beyond the Beard. It's like over the mountains. We're going Beyond the Beard. We're gonna from my new studio that we're building right now. My dad and I. We're gonna just you're gonna get to know me, and I'm gonna get to know you better because this is just such a great community. I know it's going to look different than Command's Corner because it isn't Command's Corner, but it's going to have some of the same ideals, some of the same.
Better look different.
Yeah, some of the same philosophies. So hopefully you'll consider joining me for that on this channel, January 2nd.
Awesome. Hey, Sean, thank you,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you for the super chat. Thank you guys for all the support, all the kind words that are out there. Nothing but love from us, you guys. You guys make it all worth it, make it fun, make it valuable for us in our lives. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. Reach out to either of us on Instagram, Mayor's Beard Journey, and then Dan C. Bearded. We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, we always welcome just general conversations too. You don't even need anything special to talk to us about.
Absolutely.
So with that, guys, always stay bearded, stay positive. Check out the video tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have two rotations to go through the 12 days of Beardsmas. Pretty cool. Take care, guys.